brand new episode here on Riverbend Springs. As you can see, as promised in the end of the last episode, we have got some beanie contracts to do. Well, beanie contract, because we've only got one to do. There are still loads of P contracts on there. I am going to be so busy off camera. But so we're cracking on with the beans. The field that we were drilling at the end of the last episode, that has now virtually been done. There isn't much more to do in there now, so that'll be the wheat drill, and then once we've finished this contract, we'll go back and we'll roll it, and then we'll have a quick look around, see if there's anything else that we might be able to do, and then if there isn't, then we will fast forward into October, where I've no doubt we will be doing some fertilising of the crops that we've already planted. So what I'll do is I'll buy a sprayer, I think, for the fertilising. That way, if ever such a thing as we need to spray herbicide, we will be able to. I just, for me, I just don't see the point in real life. I do see the point in real life. My view on this would be different. In real life, as I say, I would do the complete opposite to what I'm about to say. But on Farming Simulator, especially now that, as I say, giants have turned into the Labour government and they've just made the economy nearly impossible to make money on, or to make as much money as what we could do. Bearing in mind, this is a computer game, and there is a fine line between making it realistic and then just making it so that what's the point in playing it? Because I ain't never going to get where. Contracts doing this is the only way we're going to do this for many years. Which is fine. It saves me big equipment, and it does mean that on my land I can grow the crops and the things that I need to grow for me, sort of thing. So it's all fine, sort of thing. But on Farming Simulator, I don't see the point in buying a fertilizer spreader, whether it be the Amazon or the Bredel or Bredel or whatever that's called, anything like that, and then buying a sprayer, because the sprayer can do both jobs, whereas that can only do one job. So if you were to buy both, you're going to be spending, probably getting on towards 100,000, depending on what you have. It could be over 100, well over 100,000 for two machines, where one machine will do both jobs. It's ridiculous. It's sort of in the same category as buying a sunflower header to do your sunflowers, but buying a corn header to do your corn. It's like, well, the corn header will do both, so why not just literally just spend money on one and do that? So, but in real life, it would be very different. In real life, liquid fertilizers on sprayers really do give them a pounding. You really have to be on top of your cleaning and your maintenance when it comes to your liquid spraying. Whereas you could have a spreader and a sprayer, and the only sort of way that I can see that it would be beneficial to have both is if you were farming, say, the oaks, or a map similar to that size, and you were farming every field, and you had spraying that needed, herbicide that needed putting on, and also fertilizer that needed putting on. Then I can kind of see why you would maybe go for one of each. But me personally, I'd still struggle. The other thing as well is that you could spend, in theory, I guess think of it of a different way, but in theory you could spend a lot less on the little Amazon spreader than what you would do on a sprayer, I'm guessing. And just make sure you plough every field. because that way you're not going to get weeds anyway. And then the fertilizer spreader suddenly, if you think that the Amazon spreader on the game, I think, what does it do? It's either 36 or 42 meter. So now you find the equivalent sprayer that does 36 or 42 meter, and you see the price difference, and suddenly the spreader would pay off. As I say, especially if you're ploughing every field, because you're not going to get the weeds then, and that is genuinely really the only reason why I do plough as much on Farming Simulator that I do, is because you don't get the weeds afterwards, so therefore I don't have to spend money on herbicide. If I don't have to spend money on herbicide, then certainly in FS22 I'm getting my countryside reward, or whatever my is it economic award or whatever, my bonus, for environmental. I'm getting my environmental reward on precision farming. And again, the cost of a plough is nothing compared to the cost of, firstly, the sprayer, but then the spray to continually, year after year, keep spraying it onto your field. So that's the reason why I sort of do it the way that I do it. And there'll be lots of people that sort of think, nah, I don't care, it's still far quicker to go over a field with a sprayer than it is a plough, and that's fair enough. That is fair enough. Now that we've got this new helper system in FS25, ploughing and drilling is very much now a thing, and I think that's the way to go. I think you get a plough that matches the size of your drill, and you just steadily plod along. That's certainly what we'll be doing. We have got the power harrow, which is good, because it means that I can set a worker off on the plough, I can set a worker off on the power harrow, and then I can do the drilling behind that. So for me, it's a great addition to the game. There are many things about this GPS, that I don't like, but there are also a great deal of benefits to it, and so therefore it's definitely well worth using. So I guess it's the same as everything. There's pros and cons, and you just have to sort of make the best of it, really. Right, I think that is now the headland done. It certainly is, by the looks of that. So we will now concentrate on going up and down, and we'll have this field done in an orange jiffy. What I'll go do is I'm going to switch over now to a little bit of time lapse, so just pass this off a little bit quicker, because we've sort of got some other things that we can be getting on with. As I say, if our work does slow down a little bit, I will maybe do a few contracts. I will also be skipping time to keep going, because eventually we will get to the point where we will have enough to do all year round. I might even go off, and buy that grass field. I don't really want to be fair, but I might do, just because that way we'll be able to get, if we get a mower, and we get a mower that can, that can row. That would be amazing, because we can just do silage, so we won't need to spend too much on all the other bits of equipment that you would otherwise need. So yeah, we can just do that, and that's fine. That will work a treat. So yeah. As I say, but I'm going to just switch over to some time lapse, just because you don't want to see me going up and down here. Still got the old sore throat, still struggling a bit, so as I say, I'll do the time lapse and then I'll see you at the end. See you in a minute. And I'm back. So as you saw, we got that finished. We get the worker now to excuse me, to deliver the goods, and we will crack on with a little bit of rolling here. And then once we've got this done, I will looking to maybe buying that grass field. I wasn't going to do nothing this year with the cows, mainly because we were kind of giving them from the get-go, and you know they gave us cows. Giants sort of started us with cows, but didn't start us with a mower. Hang on a minute. This is not looking. Oh no, it has been planted. Didn't start us with a mower. Didn't start us with any equipment. Didn't even start us with a grass field. So I was kind of like, no, I'll start the cows when I'm good and ready. I know you're not going to be setting them up to die in any way, shape, or form. So no, I will do them as and when I'm ready to start. But no, I won't for gameplay purposes and as well because it will. I think we've completed the thing. Yeah, I think we've completed the contract, which is good. And got $3,000 extra as well, so we'll just cash that in now, just in case there's some sort of bug that no one knows about yet. So lease cost 600 quid. Yeah, so minus the free. Okay, the fact that we got free back, you know, says that you know we still did okay out of it. So the bit that we get back, actually, we got more back than what the actual lease of the equipment costs. So to be fair, we made money. That seems to be at the moment the only way I can see that you're going to make a lot of money very quickly is contracting and borrowing the equipment. Because the higher cost is nothing, especially if it's harvest. The higher cost is nothing, and you get the little bit of remaining, you know, sort of crop that is sort of spare. Even though in real life there would be no spare crop, the farmer would just take the lot and then just pay you your cut for, you know, for doing it. As I say, the penalty for hiring the machine is wiped out by the fact that you get the money you know, from the leftover crop. So it's a no-brainer really. But yeah, so we'll keep dipping in and out. You know, we're not going to just do contracts all the time. But I'd say that grass field is a little way away, but it's not too bad, and it will just give us the grass because, you know, I think we will sort of use the you know, we'll carry on with the cows as was intended. Even though, as I say, we weren't ready for them, or we wasn't even given any equipment to, you know, kind of get going with them. But you know, it's a bit like on Hutan Pantai, you know, setting up all the paddy fields and then not giving us the rice equipment. What's the point, you know? And it's kind of here they've set us up as a sort of almost ranch type farm with the beef cattle, but then sort of said, well, you know, you need to sort of mow and everything out yourself. I know we can hire it, but we've enough money that that we should be able to buy. We don't need a huge mower, and as I say, we just need a baler then. But it'll be around. I'm imagining it will be a round baler, just because I do find the round bales slightly easier to work with than I do the square bales. But so yeah, but we'll, as I say, we'll also need a um, a baler either with the capability of wrapping, or we're going to need a wrapper. But if the wrapper turns out to be more money than the tedder, then we'll go buy the baler and the tedder. Sorry, we'll buy the mower, baler, and tedder, and we'll do hay. So we'll see sort of kind of what works out cheaper, because the cows will survive on, you know, on hay. That's no problem. I don't think you can feed them grass, which would be even better. Has anyone noticed how tight I am? It's like, you know, um, And it's a good job I'm tight as well, you know, because I have no money being tight, but I dread to think if I wasn't tight how much debt I would be in. Probably about 8,500, I would guess. So yes, made a bit of a boob. Well, 2 years ago, October, I made a bit of a financial, as I say, right royal cock up. I think it's fair to say I let the middle part of my body rule my brain on the day that I made this decision. Yes, I think nuts won out over brains and sense, because yes, I agreed to take out finance on my ex's car, and of course we've now split up. She's, you know, gallivanting around with who or whatever, and I'm paying for the bloody car. And I sort of kind of, and to be fair, actually, I sort of didn't mind. And then in the beginning, I was kind of okay with that, when we first broke up. And then we went out to the Royal Norfolk Show for the day together. Because when we were together, I'd promised her I'd take her for a birthday, and it was in and around her birthday. So I said, I'll take you still. I said I would, and if I do make someone a promise, I do try and, as best I can to keep it. And so I said, I'll still take you. So anyway, I took them, and we was afterwards. We was in a restaurant having an evening meal, and I'd paid for everything that day, paid for the evening meal that night, paid for the tickets for us to go there, the dinner and everything while we were there. Literally, all she did that day was drive from her house to the venue, which is like 2 miles, if that. And I had to drive all the way from where I lived to her house, which took me nearly 2 hours. For her to drive us 2 miles, and I paid for everything. Yeah, so and as I say, we were sat eating our evening meal, and all of a sudden she goes, if it wasn't for that car, we might not still be friends now. And I thought, oh, so the only reason, because up until that very point, I'd got, oh, we'll just be friends forever because I think you're such a lovely person. I think you're such a lovely man. You're this, that, and really blowing smoke up my rear end. And I was thinking, oh, well, it's nice that, we haven't fallen out and stuff like that. And then, as I say, that night it's kind of like, oh, I'm glad we've got that car because, that means we can be friends. And I was like, hang on a minute. And I did say, and I said, so the only reason that you still talk to me and the only reason you still sort of want to go out with me is A, because I pay for everything, and B, because I'm paying your car off. That's the only reason. So I said, so basically what you're saying is in 3 years' time, when that car's paid off, I can kiss goodbye to you. I was like, yeah, okay, fair enough. So, but yeah, there are plans afoot. With that, and it's not going to go down very well, to be fair. But there are plans afoot. Anyway, don't know why I started talking about that and my ex. Right, so we've got that rolled. What we're going to do, we are going to get in this little tractor. We are going to drop that. Honestly, like, giants really should be told that the hitches on tractors will go down with implements on without the engine going. It's called gravity and weight. Anyway, now I don't actually recognise this entrance, so where am I? I think I'm there. Yes, that's alright. So yeah, we'll just nip over and have a look. We'll just nip over and have a little look at this grass field, and then if we decide, that it's okay. In actual fact, I don't even know why I'm nipping over. It's a grass field. I know what a grass field looks like. Let's just see how much it is. Oh, there's 2. Oh, there's 3. I don't suppose there's any nearer. Are there? No, they're not. Okay. So what we will, you know, I keep pressing X and it's not X no more. Why change things like that? So annoying. Ah, well, still pressing X. 206,000, 117,000, 225. We will go. I see that one, but it's 8.5 acres. So that's only 4. Well, that's 9. Not quite an acre more, but further to go. Yeah, we'll take this one. Ooh. I really don't want to spend the money. Come on, just spend the bloody money and get on with it. Right, so we've got a grass field, which is excellent. So what we can do now is we can turn around. You've got to be careful now when you just swing around in this game, because cars overtake you. I should have looked. We'll take the Challenger over to the shop so that we can get a mower, and we'll have a quick look around at, you know, sort of what our options are. But I really didn't want to spend that much, but you know, I kind of didn't sort of have no choice either. I don't know whether we'll be able to put a front loader on that Challenger. I don't know. But anyway, we'll get in here. We'll go over to the store and we will see what's occurring. Yeah, so I say we'll need a mower, and then if the baler has got a wrapper, then we will just buy the baler. But if I can't find a baler cheap enough to buy with a wrapper, and we have to buy the wrapper, and the wrapper's more than the tedder, then we'll buy a tedder. Because there'll be a small tedder for like next to nothing, unless they've emptied the tedder selection as well, because they've emptied just about everything else of the store. Honestly, it's an absolute joke. It really is. I know it winds me up. I know I've said a lot about it. I'm not going to say too much, but it really does wind me up that literally half of the store, honestly, like, I took screenshots of the small, medium and large range tractors, all the implements, and then went on to FS25 and then compared it to just base game, and you would not believe the amount of machinery that is missing, honestly. And you just think, why did you charge me? Literally, it's like, yeah, we'll charge you this for a new game, and we've got a little bit of new ploughing system going. We've got a little bit of, you know, few new machines that, you know, we know you're gonna like, you know. But you pay us for that because you paid for all those machines last year, but we're going to take those away because that doesn't count now. And what we're going to do is we're going to charge you more than what we charged you last year, but we're going to give you less. And I was like livid. And then I was sort of telling my little brother, and my little brother went, you buy sweets, you get less sweets in a bag now, but you're paying more for them. Shut up, it's the norm. So I was kind of like, yeah, well, you know, fair point. Anyway, we'll have a quick look at said mowers, which, you know, I hate the new store as well. I can't get used to this. I don't know why it judders. Right, let's have a look. So, we've got this one that is 110 requirement. That one is 120 plus that, which is 60. 120 plus 60 is 80. That one requires 220 with that one, which is 110, so we're not going to be able to do that. But I don't think that's got a rower on the back, has it? No. So that needs 100. That's 330. That's going to need altogether, isn't it? It's 110 plus that's 100. Does that have a rower on the back? I don't suppose it would, but you know. No. Oh, we've got this one at 110. That's only 49. What's that? 30. Yes, more favourable. Yeah, that's the way I'm going to go. It's more favourable. This is all money I didn't want to spend. You do realise we're going to have to do more contracts now, don't you? We've got no choice. Right, we need to now go down to balers, which is there. That one's got a round baler, a wrapper attached to it, and that one is 110 requirement at £112,000. £112,000. Might lease it. Might lease here on in. But what? Oh, I bet this doesn't have a front. It doesn't have a front hitch. Darn it! Do you know, as soon as I did it, can you get a front hitch for it? Can I take it to the workshop and have it converted? It'd be a medium. No, you can't. Well, who is a first class plonker? Because we are now going to get, well, we're now going to lose money, basically. I can't believe I did that. Oh well. Oh, there's the train. Cannot believe I just did that, people. And you're all sat there now, aren't you, laughing? You're all laughing at me. You say, no, he's a wally. It's because he's ginger, you know that, don't you? It's because he's ginger, that's what it is. It's the, oh, I'll tell you what it is. It's my ex. She's haunting me. She's heard the story about the car finance and thought, I'll get him. I'll make him think this tractor's got a front hitch and he'll have to buy a front mower. Cost him more money. I think I can hear a witch's cackle from here. Right. Where have all the trigger, you know, the little blue thingies that tell you where the triggers are, where have they gone? We'll drop that off there. I think that's just about there somewhere. I don't know where that is. I'm going to have to turn that on. Because although you can't actually physically see them, have I turned the setting off? I bet that's what I've done. Yes, I have, yes. Okay, there we go. We was a mile from it. We were never going to find that. Right, so they're going to give me £13,000 for it. Okay. No, they're going to give me £11,000. Oh, the value's 13,000. But they're only going to give me 11. Even though their valuation of this machine is 13,000, they're only going to give me 11. Well, what horrible people you are. Eesh, Jesus Christ, who the hell are you? That genuinely made me jump. I thought I thought my ex had come in as a bloody NPC. Whew. Jesus, game, don't do that to me. I thought it was about to I was going to have to press R and she was going to go, stop talking about me in your videos. Never mind. God, you know what, that genuinely made me jump. That's made my heart go bloody tickety-boo, that has. God, dear me. Oh, I can't believe that. I just... Anyway, I'm going to get off to the field. When I get to the field, we'll do a time-lapse of me mowing the field. And then once I've mowed the field, we will then decide whether or not we need we will decide whether or not we need a rower, and if we don't, then we'll get on with baling. But I'll see you all in a little bit. Bye for now. So I'm back, and this grass field is nearly bit. Honestly, when did cut grass become a tractor's kryptonite? I mean, my tractor can barely move in cut grass, but it's fine on the uncut grass. Honestly, this is a 200. It's either 225 or 265 horsepower tractor, and apparently it can't manage a slight uphill in grass, in cut grass. Yeah, that's just wonderful. And that's the other thing as well. Where does all my grass keep disappearing to? And then as soon as I drive up to it, it all appears and then disappears somewhere else. So, you know, honestly. Anyway, before I get into another rant, we've got this grass cut now, and what we'll do is we'll make our way back over to the farm, and we will as I say, make our way back to the farm. The next episode I will get this road and baled. We'll just hire the rower and we'll hire the baler, and we'll get that done, and then we'll also get them collected. I was thinking about maybe doing some more contracts off camera just to raise a little bit of cash, because we're going to run out of money, because there's quite a lot of things that I do need, and when I sort of looked at the whether or not we could get a front hitch for this tractor, I did sort of subconsciously take a picture of that screen, and I can't get a front loader attacher to this tractor, so we're either going to need to buy a tractor that's front loader compatible, or we're going to need to buy a telehandler. So I probably will go for the telehandler option, to be fair, and I probably will go for the Merlot option as well, just because it gives us another 3-point linkage. So it does mean that we'll be able to attach to equipment. Excuse me. Attach to other equipment. Honestly, the thing was, this started on Saturday. By sort of Monday, late Monday, it completely disappeared. I was fine, and now it's just come back again. It's just a sore throat. Excuse me. So yeah, it's as I say, that's the state of play. And what I'm going to do is, this is going to be drilled with grass, and then in the springtime, that grass field is going to be ploughed up, and we're going to crop that, because A, it's too far away, B, it's on a little bit of a steep hill. I mean, that tractor should manage that hill perfectly fine with that mower in cut grass, but quite clearly it's not going to. There's no point me sitting here saying, oh, it should manage it, it's not going to, so we might as well just sort the problem now. So this will be planted now with grass. Again, that might be another job for next episode, depending on where we get to and how far we get to. Get that one baled and collected, and then brought over, get it ploughed, and then that can be a spring crop, and we can probably put like soybeans or, I don't know, oats or something in there, or sorghum or something. And yeah, so, but as I say, at least we've managed to get this rolled. We've got those beans done, that grass done, and we're looking good. And as I say, once we get this grass field baled and cleared, then we can then move on time a little bit. I've kind of had to sort of virtually stop time, because as I say, they gave me cows and then gave me nothing to kind of go with. So we'll just get the grass field done, then we'll move on time to tomorrow, or next month, as it will be in game, and we'll see what that brings us in terms of sort of contracts and stuff like that. I mean, if there's nothing there, then and we've not got that much to do, then we can attach the plough and go and plough it. But before I get into another coughing fit, thanks ever so much for watching. If you haven't done already, please do like, comment and subscribe. It really does help my channel. And I'm gonna disappear, so thanks ever so much for watching. Bye for now.